Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley on Friday. So everybody say, it's my day. That's right. We ain't going to shut up today. Boy, we're going to talk loud today and learn some life lessons as we talk through sports and entertainment. And we about to cover the media. Gia, like they cover everybody else. Let's get into it right now with somebody that I actually love. I don't know how much I like him, but I love him. It's my man, Emmanuel Acho. He says some great things about somebody else I love, Jim Harbaugh, and then he says some hating things about somebody else I love, Justin Herbert. So let me just give you the perspective of which I'm coming from. You know the color, the villain's in black. I'm on my gangster today just because I really thought I was going to go through this whole entire episode and keep it high, keep it high ground, keep it highbrow, keep it positive. But I'm realizing that people don't want to do that. No, they don't want to do that. They say they want to do that. They say they're doing their job, but I've done that job. I know how you do it and how you don't do it. And this ain't it. So let's listen to Acho. Give some love and give some hate about these Chargers.
Harbaugh doesn't stop until he gets the job done. Harbaugh is my favorite type of human being. I'm either going to die or I'm going to finish the job. There's no in between. At Stanford, he finished the job. 12 wins at Stanford, never been done before. He goes to Michigan. Michigan could not beat Ohio State, lost to them 5 consecutive times. He beat Ohio State, and he's just like, nah, I want to finish the job. He wins a natty. He's with the Niners. The Niners were a lowly franchise at the time, takes them to the Super Bowl. But he's like, you know what? I'm coming back to the NFL to finish the job. Harbaugh doesn't stop until he finishes the job. And Justin Herbert hasn't even started the job as it pertains to winning games. So I love Harbaugh because he always works until he gets the job done. And all the pressure for my money is on Justin Herbert because Harbaugh's not a loser. Herbert, at this point in time, he is.
Okay. Now, he started off so sweet. Like most people, when they really want to dish you, they give you the compliment first. Like, I just did it to Acho. I love Acho. I still like Acho. I don't like Acho a ton because of this right here. Woo! And I can't wait to see Acho. I'm not going to hit him. Nah, this ain't personal. I don't go to personal levels. Now, if you want to go there, anybody out there, take me there. I'll certainly oblige. I'll certainly take that trip with you. It's a round trip ticket. I'm coming back here. But we can handle it like gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster. I'm certainly well versed in both. Let's just get the Harbaugh stuff out the way. Duh. Harbaugh's a monster. Harbaugh's a beast. I don't even know how much he got paid by the Chargers right now. I had a lunch yesterday while I was at Torrey Pines watching the golf, and, you know, a couple guys, everybody down there in San Diego. So obviously they still got some issues, animus towards the LA Chargers. Me, I'm out there repping. Like, who ain't driving up the 405 freeway to double their net worth to be in the city of Los Angeles when they were in San Diego for 20 plus years when I've heard them complaining about getting a stadium. Like, I got to San Diego in 2001. It was 20 years damn near they were talking about this stadium that they never got. Whatever reason. I'm not getting into the politics. Point being, who ain't going to take a deal of being a tenant in a stadium you ain't even got to build or purchase, and you in LA, and it's going to double your net worth. So if you got $100, drive up here 2 hours, you got $200. Okay. Now, we ain't talking about hundreds of dollars. So that's what that is. So Jim Harbaugh is going to put the ribbon on this entire situation. They on the come up. The Chargers are on the come up. Just say it like it is. They have never... Lord, that 94, 95 Super Bowl they were in, they got smashed. I remember that. We ain't won no Super Bowl. Now you talk about them potentially having the opportunity to not only materialize this team and this talent to a Super Bowl level, but cash in on it, right? They're different markets for different. Stan Kroenke, who is married to one of the Walton heiress, so he got money on top of money, is the 10th largest landowner in the country. That's who you're working with? If you're the Spanos family, you're like, yeah, this is kind of cool, right? And then, I mean, like, just like you go to the club with your boy that's in the NBA, you take his scraps, right? Like, If you're Dean Spanos, you take the scraps of the Los Angeles Rams, Stan Kroenke, and the Walton family. Come on, man. Stop playing with that. All right, that's to the side. Now, the Harbaugh love, duh. He didn't finish the deal in college if you really want to go there at Stanford. He finished it at Michigan, as Acho said. But at Stanford, look, with the academic requirements, and we know it's still a scholarship school, so they can make exceptions. If you guys don't know about the academic index, do your damn homework. Every school has an academic index, including Harvard, where they look at the academics of a certain prospect, whether it's in athletics, extracurricular, it could be somebody coming in for research, whatever it may be. They can look at the academics and consider other factors, right? You don't want a school of all 4.0s, all 1,600 SATs, or 2,400, depends on what year, right? You don't want that because you don't have anything in terms of personality, anything in terms of diversity if everybody just nerded out, right? So come on. I say all that to say that Harbaugh's had an amazing career. He left Michigan in a great place in terms of them winning the national championship, and also in a dubious place in terms of what kind of future sanctions they got to deal with. But hey, I'm Pete Carroll right now. Y'all deal with that. Now let's talk about Jim Harbaugh and button it up. He's going to come to the Chargers. He's going to bring the energy. He's already done it. Ticket price is going to go up. The value of the tickets you already have is going to go up. The energy is already high. People are like, wow, I am coming to a Chargers game with a different intention, with a different motivation, pumped up to the limit. Okay, so we know who Jim Harbaugh is. That was kind of easy. Let's talk about who Justin Herbert is. Okay, I have a fascination with Justin Herbert. And it's not because of the time I finally got to meet him, which was last year around April, May at the golf tournament. Been years, never met Justin Herbert. My favorite player because of his talent base. My favorite player because he's gotten to the league and just starts setting records. Simple as that. I like to see 6'6", 230. Moving like that, throwing like that. Oh, when he does that bootleg rollout and then he throws it cross field to the other hash, is anything prettier than that? So I love seeing Justin Herbert in that respect. Now, I'm going to read you guys something just to give you perspective of who Justin Herbert is before we really go there. Because Justin Herbert, through his first 4 seasons, in terms of completions, is number 1 all time. It's hard enough to make it to the NFL, let alone get on the field, let alone make a difference, let alone be the quarterback of all quarterbacks ever to this point in your career to have the most completions. But he ain't stopped there. Passing yards. Wait a minute. I know that everybody throwing the ball now. Now, we out of that whole, it's the old era. No, we've been in this new era for a minute. All the quarterbacks, including Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Number 1 all time. Okay. Oh, shit. Do y'all know what all time mean? That means every single sucker out there that ever tried to do it, I got him. Passing touchdowns. Oh, I came up second. Sorry, my bad. Ain't nobody catching Dan Marino what he did, 142. Dan Marino with Clayton and Duper, if y'all old enough to understand. Golly. I remember watching him on Monday, and I was like, damn, is that 12 touchdowns today? Dan Marino, 142. Everybody else, second place is 114. But he's second place with Patrick Mahomes. Okay, I had to get that out the way because I'm about to go here. Do I have more to get out the way? Yeah, one more thing. Okay, here's another stat, just to frame it. I got to do my job a little bit. Even though I hate these dive detail ass X and O's NFL Live kind of segments, I'm going here. Okay, let's talk about teams. Top 10 offenses, 2021, 2023. I don't know why they picked these random ass years, but those 2 years. We see the Chargers at 6, right? 6th best offense. 30th worst defense. Only team comparable to that, and I'm going to give you all this so y'all can see it too. Only team comparable to that, Detroit Lions. 9th in offense, 31st in defense. 8th in offense, 26th in defense, Vikings. I'll let y'all see it. I just got to give y'all some context to let you know this ain't all emotions. But my emotions are at a high right now, as they're always going to be logic-based. Acho has this fascination with Justin Herbert, and it's not a good one. It's disparaging. It's condemning. The condemnation of it, just always attacking, cutting his legs under him. And I get it. Now, TV is more tabloid than ever. Part of the reason why I was not trying to go back there, and I was reluctant to even look at those situations. Now, not all shows are that way, but what's getting rewarded in that culture is attention. Attention is the currency. That culture rewards anybody who can get clicks. How do you get clicks? I know this firsthand. By being negative. I understand. Attack cats. Beat Cat Williams. Names, numbers, and let's go in. Who wants to do that all the time, especially when it's not warranted? Now, I try to stay away from that. At the same time, I must self-correct myself, obviously, and the industry when I realize they out of bounds. And it's happened before, and it's going to continue to happen. And now I think I'm going to pick up the pace. Because I'm going to tell you, there's 3 ways I'm looking at this situation, why I have to do this, why I got to use the Acho as an example, right? I tell my kids all the time, I'm not going to make an example of you, but I will use you as an example. Get the difference? Acho, let's start here, playa. We both were former players. When I did it, I always had to respect the code, which is I have a level of investment in this, which also means not only my level of investment, I ain't going to protect you, but I understand what's going on. Acho done forgot. He done forgot how hard it is to make it to the NFL, right? He wasn't a first rounder. Neither was I. He done forgot how hard it is to get on the field. He wasn't even a starter, really. I was at least. But the point is, neither one of us or both of us combined ain't no damn Justin Herbert. So how the hell, as a player or former player, do you ever let stuff like this come out your mouth? Cheap shots, undercutting. I just don't get it. Like, I'm not protecting a fool out there. At the same time, I'm never going to mislabel somebody as a fool. If he a baller, he just a baller. If he a baller on a bad team, he a baller on a bad team. Barry Sanders always comes to mind because Barry Sanders had a losing record as a running back. Oh, he's a running back. He ain't a quarterback. He ain't the same thing. Okay. Joe Namath had a losing record. That's back in the 60s. After nobody. Warren Moon was 1 game away. 1 game away. Dan Fouts, 1 game away from losing record. They 500. It's starting to get quiet. Shall we? Why are we, as a player, stop sounding like a fan? You know that it's a team game when it comes to wins and losses. Herbert can put up 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. Defense gives up 40. Who wins that game? And who's a baller? And who's the loser? And who's a loser? Silly. So from the player perspective, strike 1. What the hell you doing, dog? And I'm going to tell y'all at the end why I'm doing all this. Professional. Oh, it's Acho's job to criticize. It's our job to articulate and express and convey what's happening in the sports world. It ain't our job to just criticize. And even if you're being critical, it's a way to criticize. But every time you turn the corner unnecessarily just to take a shot at Herbert and then throw the rocks or hide your hands or throw the rocks and show your hands. Point is, man, what are you doing? Punching at this dude professionally. When everyone sees the talent, everyone sees the production by him. He is number 1 all time in major statistical categories. And we taking shots? Oh, do you know how upsetting this is? You know how illogical this is? You know how dumb this is? You know how weird it's making our world? Where you could be number 1. But it reminds me of the LeBron James criticism, who LeBron is number 2 all time, and all we do is back. Professionally, you ain't got to get down like this. But I do know why. Everyone's chasing that click. They chasing that money. They chasing to continue on that big platform. So everybody just saying crazier stuff. Unnecessary hot sauce, right? Whatever. I'm not about that. I'm not built for that. Personal. This is where I'm like, it can't be personal with Acho. It can't. Like, him, has he even met Herbert? I've seen him at the games a couple times. Acho and I kicked it at the games before. Has he met Herbert? Is this personal? There's no, other than the fact that, hey, I'm going to take the rewards that come from me using your name and just clowning you for no reason. Like, the things that I've ever clowned somebody about, please correct me if I'm wrong. Either they really were doing it. Like, I had some Baker Mayfield days where I was like, dog, he ain't it. Wasn't that kind of true? Absolutely true. I had days where I'm like, are the Kansas City Chiefs a dynasty? I give you all the stuff that people be like, what? I'm like, 2 championships in 4 years is a dynasty? Really? Okay. We on the fence of that, right? I said, hold your horses. I was like, I don't know if this is a dynasty. That's all I said. Colin Kaepernick. I'll give it all to you. Was I right about Colin Kaepernick? Whatever that means. Was I right? Like, y'all got suspicions? Even his most hardy supporters like, BLM. Black Lives Matter. Can y'all stop? I try to tell y'all, I'm not a hater. I just tell the truth too early. How'd that turn out? So those are my things I think people have most pushed back on me. Personal? Not a single one. Not a single one. But is this personal with Acho? Because I just don't get the fuel for this fire to keep poking your head out, punching at Herbert, #1 all time in categories, and then coming back talking about I did my job. Or was it personal? Okay, now why am I doing this? Because what Acho said literally was like, he's a loser. And by record, he is a loser. But is he a loser? Like, by the record, he has lost 2 more games than he's won. That's what we call a loser? So whoever loses the Super Bowl, they're losers. Yeah, literally they're losers. No. I'm talking about you summing them up. They're a loser? You got shots for them? Interesting. It's not how I learned the game. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why I'm doing it. 1, I've told you before. I'm going to tell you again. I coach 8-year-olds. Their heroes are all these guys. From basketball, Luka, from basketball, LeBron, from football, it could be my man Justin Herbert. It could be Cooper Kupp. These kids got fat heads and they love them. And they inspire these itty bitties to go get it. They 8 years old. When they fall down and get hurt, I can tell them quickly, oh, Cooper Kupp came back from injury, and they jump up a little faster. Now, I ain't trying to be idealistic up here. I'm just trying to tell you how it really goes because I'm really out there. They inspire. Why do they inspire? Just because they made it, dog. A dream realized are every single one of those guys on the field. Now, I understand they all ain't the same. But damn, do we go to the top and undress Justin Herbert for attention? That's what's going on. So that's the first reason why I'm like, I got to push back. My son looks up to these guys. Patrick Mahomes, his guy. Patrick Mahomes is in favor. He's likable, so everybody talks glowing about him. And he got the results in production. But Justin Herbert got the same damn stats in some major categories and get no credit because his team or his defense or his coaching has let him down. Here's the second reason. I just witnessed it. I went to the Notre Dame, I told y'all, Sherman Oaks Notre Dame Crespi game. Matt Barnes was there. Derek Fisher was there. Russell White. If y'all don't know who Russell White is, Google him. He was my favorite athlete growing up. I had a poster of him on my wall when I was in high school. I ran track with him. He went to Cal Berkeley. He was the best running back in California history at the time. Like, insane. I saw him at the game. His son's on the team as well. Beast. Other fathers out there, obviously, but the kids were out there. I'm sitting front row with my son who's laying on my lap watching this like, you want to go? You want to go? You want to leave? No, I like it, Daddy. All right. Now, the kids hear everything when they're on that court. Everything. Matt would talk to his sons while they were running up and down the court, right? Kids are peeking in the crowd, check up, Daddy, how's it going? My boy Dennis Northcutt, his son, Jaden's out there too. What kind of noise do we want these kids to hear? What kind of noise does a professional athlete have to hear just because he's a pro? And what kind of gauntlet are we asking these? That school was top 5 in the nation. So some of them boys going to the next level and some probably to the next level. Walking them into the gauntlet like that? For what? So you get a bigger check? Ooh, sell outs. That is horrible. I don't have an explanation for it. I really don't. I don't want to take away anybody's money, the player or Acho's, or anybody who does this bullshit. Point is, stop it. Or I'm going to start it. And I'm going to continue to be on the hedge. Y'all send me all these clips. Go to X, Twitter, whatever the hell they want to call it, and just send me clips when y'all say, yo, this out of bounds, bro. And I'm going to tell you the real from the fake. Simple as that. I guess I got to be the police. I said I would cover them, but now I got to police them, which is a different animal. I wanted to give them their flowers as well. And that's the worst part about doing this segment. I can't even give my boy his flowers. He said right about Harbaugh, duh. Give him that. But I want to do positive things for these cats because it's all the same fraternity, all same ecosystem. But Acho, since it didn't go so well for him, is now trying to make up for that in bitterness and frustration. I can't call it. I've had the conversation with him personally before, and he just tried to actually say he was doing his job. By the numbers, look at the results. A guy who played football is using win-loss against a quarterback and not factoring in defense and coaching, circumstances, etc. Just, I wish I would have come close to being number one in something at the NFL level. All time, I wouldn't have a word to say about that. All right, so y'all tell me what y'all think about this, because I just wanted to do it as respectfully as possible, but I got to pull it out, man. I got to pull it out. Y'all tell me what y'all think about Acho's take. As simple as that. And what do you think is fueling this? Because it's sucker. Like we all see, it's just sucker. It's stupid. It's silly. It's whack. It's weak. It's weird. And it gonna stop. Oh, it's gonna stop. Or this ain't gonna stop. Bad boy. Take that. All right, y'all. Let's get into this. Because Cam Newton, man. Woo! People coming to his rescue. People coming to give Cam his flowers like always when it's over. Then they're going to be like, oh, dog, oh, for real? Oh, you know what? Actually, I thought different of you then than I do now. People have done that with some of my takes. Man, I was dog cursing you, hating on you, and then I realized, man, you were all right. You were right on that. Whatever, dog. It's all good. But with Cam Newton, it wasn't all good. Even when he played, he couldn't get his flowers. Now, a little more is coming his way. So Channing Crowder, woo, he broke this thing down on the pivot. I gave it the double tap, but I wanted to give it some applause too, because he broke this down. Check out what he thinks is fueling Cam Newton and telling people exactly what it is at the quarterback position. There are ballers out there, and there are you can see the frustration of a Cam Newton if you had to look at it through that lens, right? Had to go out there and put teams on his back with less talent and still got to the Super Bowl. And be real, we all saw that. Like, God dang, Cam. Cam was a dude. A dude. He was such a dude. I'm going to give you the player perspective. When you saw Cam Newton, you were like, like you marveled at him. Like you revered Cam Newton. It wasn't like some old like, oh, he good. Oh, he all right. It was like, that's Cam Newton, dog. That's Cam Newton. Superman for real. Nobody was dissing him for real on the player level for doing that. We were like, dog, he ain't Clark Kent. He's Superman right now. He pulled that vest out and go get it. So love for Cam Newton, man, and love for people who are going out there and give him this props. Cam Newton knows, and he knew exactly what Channing said. I'm a better quarterback than some of these guys y'all over there giving flowers to. But y'all didn't give me my flowers because I had worse pieces around me. They got better numbers because they had better people around them. This is why I hold Acho to the fire and anybody else out there. Like, dog, if you're going to do it, do the damn thing. But I'm telling you, I swear, this is one of my formulas. I shouldn't even tell y'all this, but one of my formulas is, if somebody is on TV and they ain't got no kids, or they ain't do it, or they tried to do it and they ain't do it that well, I'm turning my channel. I'm like, nope, don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it, because I could smell the bitterness, frustration. And it's funny, y'all gonna be like, oh, no, it ain't like that. No, it is. Because every time we go out to the park in the rec and we see the daddy who didn't make it and he yelling at the kid, what's the first thing y'all say? Oh, he trying to live through that kid. You think cats on TV ain't trying to live through these athletes? Trying to be extra harsh and critical of these athletes because they couldn't do it or they didn't do it well? Or they ain't got no damn kids to even understand how hard it is just to get your kid on the team, let alone make some noise. It's wild out here in these streets, and it's going to get wilder if we're going to keep playing like this. So y'all tell me, because Cam Newton, boy, he was insane. I saw Cam Newton, that national championship game. I went to Oregon. They played Auburn, Oregon. And I remember sitting there next to some Auburn fans who was just crying. He killing them. I mean, crying, tears, wet onions. He killing us. And I was dying laughing on the inside. I was kind of being sympathetic. Right, I was next to him. I was like, oh, man, yeah, man, he good, though. He good. And I was like, damn, they crying for real. I was like, what? He was like, oh, man. It was some Auburn fans there, and they were crying because Oregon was keeping it close for a second. Man, he killing us. And then they were over there, we love you, Cam. And I was like, this is wild, man. I ain't never seen like raw-ass tears in the crowd. I've cried before for games, but in the crowd, nah, I ain't never seen that. So y'all tell me, man, Cam Newton, where y'all really putting him in history? Where y'all really, flowers time, give it to him. You giving him a whole dozen? You giving him 10? Half a dozen? Give Cam his flowers. Let me know how many you're giving him. And also, do you think Cam is bitter, or are we now better realizing who Cam Newton was? Which one you think it is? He bitter at Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott, or we are better because now we understand how great Cam Newton was? Tell me that, beat it up in the comments. All right, y'all, let's get into this topic right here. I said we're gonna do something sports specific, like in the now, present. Then I like to do something big globally about sports, so that's that Cam Newton, giving him his flowers. And then I like to do something inspirational. So hopefully we can continue with this format. We'll see what the world of news and sports offers us on the daily. But let's talk about this one, where belief was stated as more important than ability and knowledge. I'm going to say it again. Belief is more important than ability and knowledge. You ain't like how I said it? Listen to him. Listen to this.
Did y'all hear what I just said? It's physically impossible for you to work on something that you subconsciously believe won't work. That's why belief is more important than ability. Like, belief is more important than knowledge. It's interesting. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. People think, well, as soon as I know how, I'll do it. No, as soon as you believe you can do it, you'll figure out how.
He said it. He said it fast, too, effectively, efficiently. Woo! Oh, man. What was dope in there? Let me just start with my dopest line, because I can't even think and talk around anything else. He said, as soon as you believe it, you'll find a way to make it happen. So people usually say, as soon as I know how to do it, I'll do it. And he said, as soon as you believe you can do it, you will figure out how. God dang, dog. This motherfucker here. I lived through it. Who hasn't? The stuff we really have achieved, haven't you lived through it? Since I'm from a situation where a lot of people said I couldn't, and more importantly, I didn't see it around me, I just started making it up. I was like, all right, I want it to happen. I think it can happen. I'm not listening to you naysayers. I'm not listening to you distractions. I'm not listening to you detourists. No, I'm not. And guess what? I believed I could do it. Now, was that belief challenged? Hell yeah. Did I stop believing? Hell no. I put my belief on life support a few times. This one time I was walking down Angela's Vista, walked to Stalker, walked to the Urban League, and it was closed. And I was looking for a job. I don't know what age I was, 17 something. Man, I broke. I was looking for a job, just a job. Now, y'all know I only had one job for real. Like, I was a cardiovascular monitor at a gym. And that was a hookup. At that time, I ain't had no hookups or anything. I just wanted a job. Man, it was times I was putting that thing up. I ain't going to the league. I ain't going to the next level. I ain't doing none of that, man. I'm about to get a gig. That part. Until my senior year, I wasn't getting recruited by the league. I wasn't a prospect. I was an undrafted free agent, not listed until my senior year. Yep, that summer of senior year. Unreal, right? Whew. Believe it, y'all. Because ability, I was not the best football player growing up. Actually, I was. Let me stop. Stace Bozeman was better, but he only played with me 1 year. After that, I was the best player on my team every year. Then in high school, I was never. My freshman year, nope, not even close. Nope, not even close. Nope, not even close. Senior year, yeah, senior year. But everybody left. So that's part of why it dried up a little bit. Columbia, freshman year, yeah. Sophomore year, nope. Junior year, nope. Senior year, nope. Rory Wilfork, I tell y'all to this day, for those who want to listen, was a better football player than me. I just looked the part, right? It's like when you go to the club. Oh, she finer than her, but her is actually the better person. the better wife, the better candidate is her. But you think her because she finer. Look at her. That was me. Look at me. I was 6'4", 280 and ran a 4.6. Ah! I was like, hold up. Somebody else here better. Point being. So that belief. When you believe, man, it really, I love looking at life, even though I only got 80, 90 years to do it. But damn it, the layers, conscious, subconscious, ego, id, all this stuff, like all these things that play to the point where it activates. And there's some universal system that all this makes sense. And we don't get it because we use limited portions of our brain and we're not in proper communication with each other. We don't respect all the dimensions. So we just always try to figure it out. And as soon as you think you did, you realize you're wrong. And then as soon as you figure it out again, you realize you're wrong. Or there's more to it, right? And then it's a never-ending battle to try and really own your own being. Just to be in here fully. And I don't think you ever get there because we ain't got enough time. Golly, it's amazing. So somehow belief trumps ability and knowledge. Think about those who have achieved with little knowledge. We've all heard those stories. He didn't even go to school. He dropped out of here. Oh my God, he couldn't even read and write, but. What about ability? Oh, I wasn't even the best on my team. I wasn't even the smartest in the class, but. It's that Tom Brady, them intangibles. We don't be talking about them enough, I'm telling you. So the point is, belief. What does it do? All I could think of is, damn, God got it right. You remember the holy books? What do you say? Believe. Have faith. Faith without action is death. Like he just said, everything was about faith. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, when I was growing up reading the Bible and just going to church, so I was like, one of the things that made me kind of like question God, I was like, why so much talk about believing in you? Like, what if I don't believe in you? You still powerful. Like, I don't need anybody to cheer for me in football. I'm still gonna ball out. I don't need y'all thinking I'm good. I'm gonna give me the ball. See how good I am? Like, I always thought, like, God, I'm like, if I'm God, I don't need y'all believing me. Who cares? Like, I'm still God. Then I started to get smart and realize, oh, this is what this is about. I ain't talking about him. He ain't talking about believing in him. He talking about believing in you because he in you. I was like, ah! I was like, that's dope. So that's it. I was like, God, you put a good one. That's a good one. Got me believing in me because you in me. And I thought it was about believing in you. Because you was out there, but you ain't out there. You in here. Man, stop it. You so funny. So the point is believe, y'all. And it's tough. Yep. And you can't fake belief, too. That's why I love it. Walking on water. Oh, you ain't going to walk on the water. Why? Because you don't believe. Ooh, it's tough to believe. You don't believe everything, so don't even try it. Stop. Don't right now. Do not say, you know what? I'm about to be an engineer and go to space and challenge Elon Musk. No, you're not. You don't believe that. It ain't gonna happen. Just tell you. Forget your ability and knowledge. You ain't got the belief. You don't even believe that. Believe what you know you can do. And then, that's going to extend itself to other things that you didn't believe you could do at first. And you will. So start with what you know, damn it. Don't reinvent the wheel. What are you good at? What you got? What you working with, homie? Pat your pockets. What's in them? Something? That's what we starting with, right? How we going to start this company? We ain't got no money. Pat your pockets. We only got $3. We got a $3 investment. You know what I mean? Start there. Let it snowball. Let it go. So, did that hit y'all like it hit me? I just start testifying up in here. Oh, man. Soon as you believe you can do it, you'll figure out how. Woo! That is next level. Beat it up in the comments how that hit you. Tell me some of the things you believe in yourself. Tell me the things you don't believe. Tell me, do you really believe that it's more important to believe than have ability and knowledge? Let's have some fun in these comments. Break it down. All right, y'all. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. It's Friday, but I see Doc. Is that Dr. David Chao? Yeah, he over there. Dr. David Chao in the building, dog. I know. We're going to do some therapy talk on Friday, I guess. Then we're going to funk up some comments and hit you with a Wileyism. And get up out of here. Next on Never Shut Up, Brinks TV, Reach TV. Well, I hit y'all with that hood scratch right here. Like, girl. All right. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Loving y'all because y'all loving what we doing here. We're doing it on Brinks TV. Make sure you log in to Brinks TV, get your free account, and I got 1,000 Brinks bucks for you to spend all through our platform. Love you guys for that. Also, WileyWins.com. I got my bets out there. I'm going to win this weekend. Steve Fezzik is in trouble. He's taking me to Nobu because Baltimore and Detroit going to win. I don't give a damn what a pro sports gambler says. And I look forward to winning. Y'all, I look forward to competing against you. 125% sign-up bonus when you guys sign up. And also, ProjectTransition.org. Y'all know my heart. Itty-bitties out there. Got to make sure our future is brighter than one that we receive. Marcellus Wiley, Never Shut Up. You guys join, leave a donation, recurring donors, get that book. All right, y'all. It's not Tuesday, but it's still therapy time because we got to bring in my man, Dr. David Chao, pro football doc. I'm bringing him in the wrong way. Godly, every single time CTE is real. What's up, Dr. Chao? Where are you and how are you, brother?
I'm doing great. On a little business trip / junket, a little bit of fun, little bit of whatever, but all good. Sitting here with one of your friends, Steve Fezzik, right?
Mr. Nobu.
Look, Mr. Nobu. Hey, look, look, no matter who wins that bet, I'm going too. So I'm coattailing.
Oh man, as you should, brother. He knows we've been friends, 2 decades plus, and just connecting with Steve a week ago and already got love for him, especially when he takes me out to dinner. Can't be mad at that, Doc. All right, let's get into it right now, brother. Stephen A. Smith, why am I bringing him up? Because he's been in the news. Him and Jason Whitlock are reigniting the Crips and Bloods feud of the 80s, right? Whitlock will not let up on Stephen A. Smith because he sees continuous lies. A lot of people are pushing back on Whitlock. Hey, man, let the man be. He may have made up a story or two. Let it go. But at the same time, Stephen A. Smith gave fuel to the fire by some of his comments and calling Whitlock fat bastard. But there was one part of this that I think you are particularly qualified to talk about. The 6-inch screw in the knee. Dr. David Chao, tell me, fact or fiction?
Well, look, preamble. I don't know Stephen A. Smith. I have zero reason to be critical. He's wildly successful. I know Jason Whitlock a little bit. I'm not taking sides. This is just medically. Medically. I get the feud, whatever. 6-inch screw in your kneecap. False. Why?
Oh.
Your kneecap is not even 6 inches long. Could he have 6 inches of screws in his knee? 2 screws that are 3 inches long? Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
Could he have a 6-inch screw in his knee? But if you look at the video, he said, and I don't have a ruler with me here today, but he said 6-inch screw. Your kneecap, I'm not going to pull up my pants, is about this big. It's not 6 inches. You cannot have a 6-inch screw in your patella/kneecap. It'd be sticking way out. Now, if it's hyperbole, I get it. Did he mean 6 centimeters? That might make sense. Did he mean hyperbole? I don't know how long the screw, but it looked like a big ass screw on my x-ray. Okay. Right? So I'm giving room, but fact, fiction, complete fiction to have a 6-inch screw in your knee. Hyperbole, more than one screw, this, that, the other. So Stephen A., I love you. I'm not calling you out. It probably was hyperbole, and maybe he's known for hyperbole, but just strict medical facts. It's not true. That one little aspect, but I'm not hating on anybody. It's medical is my lane. That is it.
Yeah, I know you're not hating. I know your heart, Dr. Chao, and I'm sure he can hear through what you just said. And I'm not hating either when I'm saying his ass was lying, because 6-inch screw, like, I like your examples, but he was so literal. Like, he didn't even give us the hyperbolic response. He was like that. And look, I got a screw in my foot, and guess who put it in there? You. And guess what? I've never said to somebody, oh man, I got a 6-inch screw in my foot. I know damn well how small that screw is. So for that, I can't give him a pass, Dr. Chao, but I can give my Chargers a pass, because now, watch this, we're no longer screwed. Ooh, king of transition, because we got Jim Harbaugh as our head coach. Now, you know Jim Harbaugh well. Please tell me your response, your reaction when you heard the great news.
Love it. Love Jim Harbaugh, and he's been successful everywhere. Let me tell you something about Jim. He is, you know this. Look, people think Dan Campbell, competitive, hard driving this. Jim Harbaugh has this, who's got it better than us? Nobody. Good guy. But let me tell you, deep down inside, that dude is a competitor. Let me tell you something. A couple of examples. I knew him a little bit in Chicago. I was training in Chicago when he was with the Bears a tiny bit. The next time I ran into him was the famous Jim Kelly incident. He was with the Colts, and that's when he came across the table. He's told the story, Jim Kelly. And I get a phone call from the Colts people saying, it's Saturday, but we need an x-ray. I'm like, for what? Well, that was for what? But here's how good Jimmy is. He's competitive. He wasn't going to let it come and go, but he's also smart enough to throw a left. And so he's right-handed. He kept his throwing hand okay. So love Jimmy. I mean, right? I mean, he's always thinking. The next time I run into Jimmy is, look, you know this. For the first 8 years in the NFL as a head team position, there was always at least one player older than me. And this is what made me feel like through my brothers. The last 9 years, not so much, but they felt like my little brothers. I thought my streak was over. No one was going to be older than me, et cetera anymore. And then we got Jim Harbaugh. And I remember seeing him in the training room. I go, wait, Jim, how old are you? And he goes, 35. And he goes, how old are you? I'm like, 35. You could tell Jim didn't like the doctor being his age. So we go, when's your birthday? And I said, March 64. And I said, when's your birthday? He goes, December 63. I'm like, I got you. And he goes, not by much. I said, Jim, I both know if we're born on the same day, we're asking each other what time. And he goes,
what time?
True. Yeah, what time, right? And so love Jimmy to death. And let me let you know another little thing. I had no idea that he would be a coach, much less a head coach. Look, we asked him sometimes, what are you going to do when you're done with football? I mean, he was 35 at the time, 36 the next year with the Chargers. And we all knew his dad was a coach. We had no idea his brother wasn't even ascending up the ranks yet. I don't even know who his brother was. But so what do you want to do? And he goes, he thought he wanted to be an NFL referee. That's what he said at the time was when he was with the San Diego Chargers. And now he comes back as the Chargers head coach, successful wherever he's been. And I love it. And I applaud the Spanoses with the choice. And I think he's going to do a heck of a job, and especially with Justin Herbert, et cetera.
Yeah. NFL referee says no player ever except Jim Harbaugh. That's crazy right there. Real quick, Doc, on this one. I know people are going to say sky is the limit. You know, there's no ceiling anymore. But realistically, you think his impact is going to be what with the Chargers?
I think it's going to be great. Look, one thing that I believe from my time in the NFL, that, look, just because you're a great offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator doesn't make you always a great head coach. The roles are different. If in the business world, you could be the best VP of sales in the world or the best VP of manufacturing in the world, that doesn't necessarily make you a great company president. The skill sets are different. And I think Jim is an unbelievable leader of men, motivator. And I do believe he works with his coordinators and coaches, but he lets them do what they want within his guidance. And that's what makes him great. He's confident enough that he doesn't need to oversee every little thing. He truly leads. And I think that's the big thing that's there for Jim Harbaugh. He's done it. He's played. He's won at all levels. The players are going to look up to him. His coaches will, and he will be able to provide a direction that the whole building will follow. So I absolutely love this hire. And I think the Chargers are doing the right thing. Excited. You're excited too, aren't you?
Oh, man, come on, man. Beyond excited, the economics have changed and shifted. I am more popular around here, and my ticket value just went up for the season tickets. I mean, I got a line of every game that I don't even know who they playing next year. Everybody like, dog, please take me. I want to see the coach, Jim Harbaugh, and what he does for this organization.
I want to go to Nobu, and I want to come to a game with you. I'm in line for all of it.
That's my point right there, man. And speaking of leadership, as you were talking about, and speaking of direction, what's the direction of these San Francisco 49ers? Deebo Samuel, all of these injuries in this conference championship. Break it down for us, Doc.
I think Deebo Samuel is going to play. I said that when he got injured. Sometimes it's important what you don't see as what you do see. And we did not see a scapular fracture that knocked him out for a couple games. I think he's going to play. Is he going to play all 70 plays? Maybe not. He's going to be effective in play. One thing to watch for is that I think he's going to be able to run the ball. I think he's going to be able to run routes and catch passes. I'm not sure about his blocking ability in the 49er run game. Maybe that's something Detroit can kind of key off of. He can do be part of the run game where he's a decoy and a jet sweep or actually run the ball. But I don't think he's going to take on a lot of people blocking. But look, Deebo Samuel, whether it's 25 or 35 plays, I think he will play and have an effect on the game. But the biggest issue in that game, and really both games, I think the position of left guard is going to determine who goes to the Super Bowl in both of the games. Jonah Jackson for Detroit is out. That's one, and he's an all-pro. Lateral meniscus tear, likely out for the Super Bowl too. Pro Bowler Frank Ragnow with an MCL and a high ankle. If it weren't Frank Ragnow, he would be sitting. He's that injured. But he's going to play, but it's not going to be Pro Bowl Frank Ragnow. And I would argue Detroit has a third offensive lineman out. Brock Wright, the tight. He's a blocking tight end. Zach Ertz, great player. I don't know if he's going to learn the system enough to play, but he's not the blocker. And obviously Laporta still with the knee. So you can argue that Brock Wright's effect in the run game is out too. Maybe there's more number 70 Skipper reporting in as the blocking tight end. But that would be one-dimensional. My point is that left guard keys off of a lot of things in that game. And guess what? The D-line of the San Francisco 49ers are now healthier. This is not the banged up D-line that lost to Baltimore on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
Eric Armstead is back. Hargrove, Kinlaw, etc. So they're going to have their work cut out for them.
What about the injuries in the AFC? Anything of notice? Any big timers?
Look, at Sports Injury Central, we loved Kansas City against Miami because of Miami's injured linebackers. We loved Kansas City against your Buffalo Bills because Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano, etc. And this game, it has flipped. The injuries are going against Kansas City. And here's why. It's not Pacheco's toe. It's once again left guard. Marcellus, if you lined up against a left guard with a right pec strain, what are you going to do?
Ooh.
You're going to kill that A-gap,
Ooh.
and you will have no chance. There's no way there's no way Thuney's going to play, and that hurts him. Allegretti is not bad. And look, if Pacheco can't run the ball and Baltimore's front seven is healthy, then it's a chase. Then the tackles come into play for Kansas City, etc. But of course, Marlon Humphrey, the calf is iffy still. That's probably the big Achilles heel, so to speak, of the Ravens' health. Mark Andrews is going to play probably red zone snaps.
Oh, man, this is a wrap. We going to Nobu. Baltimore winning. We might have a little issue here because Detroit sounds banged up, but that's why it's fun. That's why we watch, and that's why we love it so much. Dr. David Chao, I know where you are right now. Now, put the business side behind you and have some fun where you are, man. And tell Steve much love to him as well. And we'll talk next week, brothers. Enjoy.
All right, thank you.
All right. They out there winning. That's all I'm going to say. I love when hey, honey, we got to go out there. You know, we have a conference. Our patents are up, and we're going to see if we can get some private equity money. And then you go to the conference. They speak for like 8 minutes. Then they be at the bar just pounding. I'm not saying Dr. David Chao. I'm just saying every time I go to those conferences, that's what usually happens. All right, let's try to funk up some comments. Yeah. Chargers head coach, calm down. Just because you have a new head coach doesn't mean you will win a championship. Why you gotta, as my kids say, why you gotta yuck my yum? You ever see a kid do that to you? Like kids be like, ugh, that's nasty. They be like, don't yuck my yum. I like my team right now. What the hell you got to say about that? You don't know who's going to win next year, so why not us? Get rid of Mike Williams because he is injury prone and puts you way above the salary cap. Okay, you were constructive at the end. Maybe. The Booby Miles argument. The best that was in high school. LOL. Stats matter. Ask Wiley if he would take 120 sack season. Thank you. Cats be acting like stats don't matter. Justin Herbert is a loser. He's lost 2 more games than he won. Even though that's a team stat, he's a loser. What? How many touchdowns I throw, partner? How many touchdowns you throw, partner? How many tackles you get, partner? How many sacks you got, partner? See, I can talk trash to people, and I know I ain't in the Hall of Fame, but that don't mean I can't be right outside that door yelling at some people. Because I'm like, I was real good, then I had some great years and some sorry years, which puts me right outside, not like right on the doorstep, but like right on the curb. Like I was top 50 2 years. And I don't talk about people like this. What the hell wrong with these sorry ass players? I'm gonna just start calling people sorry. We back. All right. If you on TV and you were sorry, I'm calling you out. Straight up. Now, from this point forward, I declare war on y'all talking trash about greats. Your ass wasn't shit. What? At least I was the shit. Don't say, boy. Sports Illustrated. I got the article. You better recognize. I can say this. Damn it, I wish. If I was a Hall of Famer, I'd be poo-pooing on people. Shaq is good at it. I would be worse than Shaq. I would let everybody know. Shut up. I'm better than you. That was that one. Stephen A. Come on, Marcellus. Do not delude yourself that you and Whitlock are being objective. Not hating on SAS. Every week there's a Stephen thing going on. I don't get it. You're giving me a quantity of how many times we talk about somebody means you're hating? Really? You know you could flip that and say the more you talk about somebody, the more you love them. You're so ignorant. You think I want to talk bad about people? Like, you think I wake up, Stephen A says, I can't wait to hate on him. No, fool. Stephen A says stuff to me that is interesting. Some I agree with, some I don't. What's the point? Like, this is the whole thing. I don't get it. Just like he talks about Dak. You think he hating on Dak all the time? Maybe. That's him, not me. You know what I mean? Like, crazy. Now, Whitlock, being objective, I think Whitlock really like dog. If he lied about that, he lied about everything, so let's just expose the lies. Is that hating? Like, it's weird that you call an excursion to find the truth hating. I put that together, didn't I? The excursion to find the truth. The journey of discovery of the truth is hating. Woo, you got a lot of, boy, you better go to church this weekend. You don't watch any games, take your ass to church. All right, Wiley, I respect your positivity and love your channel, but you don't know basketball or just forgot the many mishaps of Kevin Durant. Are we talking about Kevin Durant? Can he be the GOAT? It's just too much to type besides him going to Golden State. He's had too many losses in playoff series where he's looked less than GOATish to count pre and post Golden State. Too many underwhelming games and most of all, no rings outside of Golden State. This is 15 plus years career in which he has never played without another Hall of Fame player. Only got one finals appearance outside of Golden State. I ain't even gonna argue all that, but I just want to ask one question. How many playoff appearances did Michael Jordan have outside Chicago? I ain't gonna go there. That's why I don't go to barbershops, because I can chop it up. Dog, I know enough, and I know too much. And I could be there all day, or I could get in and get out. But whatever you want, dog, I can make an argument. Trust that. I can make an argument. It ain't the argument I believe, but I can make an argument. And that's what's happening to our media right now. They just saying shit they don't believe. They're just doing it for the sake of argument. And I'm not going to do that with you right now. I'm going to move on. Durant is an immensely talented offensive player. But in the GOAT discussion, I could see including him in the top 10 of all time, but that's in the rear. Jordan, LeBron, Wilt, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Bird, Russell, Shaq, Olajuwon. Remember, players like Giannis, Jokic, Embiid have won multiple MVPs and are younger than Durant. No hate, just facts. Oh, I said he wasn't in the GOAT conversation at the end. But I can make an argument. But I think he is the purest, prettiest basketball player ever. Goodness. But you're right. Look, I'm not going to argue your top 10 either, but for my money, I'm taking Kevin Durant over Bill Russell. Let me just start there. So I took one off. That Kobe one, I ain't gonna go there. All right, I feel bad because KD ain't the defender the GOATs are. MJ, Bron, Kobe, Kareem. True. All play defense. KD hasn't even made it an all defensive team in 17 years. When it comes to the GOAT debate, it's everything in your career in totality. True. Except when Golden State had their issues, and the reason they had their issues is because teams were loading up on Steph Curry, wasn't able to do the same things against the double, triple team, and then all of a sudden they were posting them up. They needed defense. You remember that? And who came to their defense when they needed defense most? Remember, Draymond Small too. No, don't say Looney. It was Kevin Durant. I remember because it was against the Clippers. Oh, God dang, KD was out there eating on defense. Look, that's one series. But that entire stretch, Kevin Durant was the best defender they had and best offensive player because he was their best player. All right, y'all know what we do every show. We end it with a Wileyism. Yeah, I can't spin. Procrastinate later. Oh! Yeah. Beautiful. That Wileyism is beautiful. Procrastinate later? Man, we done made it. We made it. Procrastinate later. Man, come on, y'all. Let's go. I woke up this morning at 1:48. Now, my thing is I wake up. And I like to wake up in the middle of the night. Remember I told you in college I used to get up 2, 3 in the morning and do all my homework because I had to go to sleep when everybody was up partying, eating, playing music, chilling. I was like, nah, I ain't going to get no work done. So I'm going to go to sleep when y'all up, and then when I'm up, y'all sleep, and I get some work done, focus, right? I did that. So I'm back in that routine right now. I go to bed 9, 10 o'clock. No, last night 10 something. Woke up 1:48. And I was like, ooh. Now, my thing is don't look at my phone because as soon as I look at my phone, I'm up. I'm awake. It's a wrap. Why is my wife calling me? Hold on, y'all. No, don't call me. So then I'm like, now it's 1:48. I don't look. So I don't even know what time it is till I look. And once I look, wrap. I'm up. So I stayed up till like 5:30. Then I only have to get up to 6:30 with the itty bitties. So I was like, all right, let me get an hour in. Then my wife started talking because she got a film today. She started talking about her stuff she filming. I was like, I ain't telling you about what I'm doing. So she told me, I'm up. It's 5:45. I'll go to bed at 6:30. Then 6:30 come, snooze to 6:50. Got it done. But this whole time I'm thinking, do I do the work now or do I do the work later? Procrastinate later. Man, life go by fast. I'm almost 50. In 10 months, I'm 50. I'm 50, y'all. 50. I'm walking around the course yesterday. Everybody, what up, Wiley? What up, baby? I'm talking to people today. You look good. For a 50-year-old, I see these 20-some-year-olds. I don't look like that. Man, damn. 50? I can't even act the same, man. 50? Can't go the same spots without the second look. Like, oh, what's up? What's up, OG? What up, Unc? I ain't your Unc, fool. I ain't your OG either. I ain't banged. Oh, man, y'all saw me throw it up real quick. So here's the thing. Procrastinate later. We gonna die soon is basically what I'm saying in the most positive way. We about to die, y'all. Imagine when you dead, it's wrap. Game over. You ever play a game and it's over? You be sitting there haunted and thinking, man, if I would have just caught that, if he would have just ran, if he didn't call timeout. We about to die, y'all. So in a positive way, let's just procrastinate later. We're gonna have a lot of time to rest. Y'all know I'm really over here about to cry because I am most scared of dying in this world. I ain't scared of nothing living. I'm scared of dying. God dang. Oh! So this is what we got to do together. Put your hand in the huddle. Okay. Everybody, you ready? Procrastinate later. 1, 2, 3. Procrastinate later. Let's do it. Deal? Deal. All right, that'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. Got to see what my wife really wants. Might be something. Love you guys. All good in the hood. About to go get it. It's Friday. I got a meeting. We got a basketball game tonight. Now, last week we played the best team, so you know it could be a letdown. They ate. I'm be on their head. Like I'm on Acho's head right now. What the hell you doing, dog? Dog, do better than that. Come on, man. Love for you guys. Have a great weekend. Or somebody talk about MJ like he ain't the man. I'll whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. I wish he would.
Days a lot faster. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so inspired to be here, and thanks Shine Global for this award, to be recognized for doing the right thing, to be recognized for doing good things, and trying to inspire others for their own greatness. I'm just a kid from Compton who, at an early age, had to look inside to find my opportunities, because on the outside, there were so many whispers and sometimes yells of I couldn't make my dreams a reality. And thought that was very unfortunate, but I was thankful that I never internalized that chorus that was around me. I was a kid that understood that you had to be greater than your greatest excuse. And I had a lot of excuses. I had a lot of reasons to have self-doubt. But I was able to develop my inner power, discover that inner power, and make sure that I showed the world exactly who I wanted to be. And it was really simple for me. It was to make my dreams a reality. There was nothing more to it. And as I now stand here, just a few miles from where I grew up, where that adversity still is strong, and as we see through these movies, that it's worldwide, not just in our locale. You see the suffering, you see the gangs, you see the drugs, you see the poverty. And there's always one common escape. It's that inner power, it's that ambition. It's having a voice that's louder than those surrounding voices. And I'm on a mission, a global mission, to make sure that that inner power inspires all to not only give, but to receive the blessings that come from giving. And I'm up here right now as a guy who's challenging everyone to give their 3 T's. That's time, that's talent, and that's treasure. Human capital, financial, whatever it may be. Let's invest in each other, because we all have to coexist here together. And as I look around and I have a foundation that really inspires these kids to become their greatest version of themselves and to look in the mirror to make sure that they're greater than their greatest excuse. It gives me my greatest passion. I was a kid who wanted to be a school teacher, but because of my height, weight, and speed, I became a football player. So I took that helicopter ride up as high as I could, but as I was ascending, I never forgot that I was once one of those fork-in-the-road kids who was shot at many times, who had to navigate around adversity every single day, who had to waste so much of his brain power just trying to get home every day. And so many experiences that sometimes you become desensitized to. But in reality, that is someone else's reality. So I'm so thankful to stand in front of all of you guys as an example of the kids that we're trying to affect, the underserved, the underprivileged, those who are told that their hardships are greater than who they are. But hopefully we can inspire them all to look inward, because everything they want out there is already in here. Appreciate you guys.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right. Get a 125% sign-up bonus, and to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we're giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.